No, I told you. No, I told you there was plan A and plan B. We're going with plan A. You don't like it? Sorry. Here we go. Hey everybody, my name is Oldskulenerd. I told you there are very few videos from the Fat Electrician I have not seen. One of my favorite videos he's ever done was the one about Waffle House. If you haven't seen the Waffle House video, oh my God, please check it out. It's not even on the Fat Electrician, it's like on his Fat Files channel, which is awesome. I have not seen the one for Aldi, which I've been wanting to do since I first saw that he did it. There's also one for Taco Bell I know I need to do as well. But this one about Aldi I need to do for a couple reasons. Number one, I didn't even know Aldi existed until like 2 years ago. I live in Lafayette, Louisiana. We have 3 Aldis. I've never been in one. And it freaks me out because the parking lot is full and apparently everybody talks about how awesome it is. I know nothing about it. And since I don't know anything about it, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Let's do it. Unlike previous videos, I will probably not stop him this many times because honestly, I have nothing to input here. I've never been to an Aldi. I have no idea what the hell it is. I was told by some of you, because you guys don't like me knowing, going into these things without a bunch of knowledge. I asked you guys not to spoil it, but you just can't help yourself. Apparently, Aldi is from Europe, and apparently it has something to do with Trader Joe's, which we don't have here in Lafayette, Louisiana. The closest Trader Joe's to us is all the way out in Baton Rouge, which is an hour that way. Yeah, we don't have a Trader Joe's here. We have 3 Aldis and no Trader Joe's, and I don't even know why they're supposedly connected in some way, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna watch this video from Fat Electrician. He's gonna tell us all about my soon-to-be favorite grocery store. And I have an idea. I know that I take a lot of the information that Nick gives us at face value. Grain of salt, he does all the research, and it's not like if he's talking about the Battle of the Bulge, I can go talk to, you know, a former member of the 101st Airborne and see if he's right, you know? So I have to kind of just take it. The difference is there are Aldis here. And I have people that can go check this stuff for me. So let's find out. Let's go.
All right, Unhinged Case Studies, Grocery Store Edition. Today we're talking about my favorite grocery store. Ladies and gentlemen, Aldi. I'm probably going to refer to it as Aldi's at least 50 times during this video because I'm from Iowa and that's what we call it here. Anyways, first a disclaimer.
What about Des Moines? Des Moines? Sorry.
And an ad. I'm not affiliated with Aldi in any way, shape, or form. They have not paid me to say anything I am about to say. I am, however, affiliated with today's sponsor, my favorite sporting goods store, Shields. They are legitimately the best sporting goods store that I have ever been to in person. They have over—
We don't have one of those either, but apparently they're awesome. And yeah, you have to go check them out, okay? Because they don't sponsor my videos. I can't even say anything about Shields. I've never heard of them either. 2 things I've never heard of. By the way, Fat Electrician has new Thanksgiving merch out. Yes, there's a turkey with an assault rifle. It's awesome. Gobble gobble, mother. Anyway.
I'm gonna have that link down below. Let's get back to the video. Aldi is a grocery store that does things completely different than any other grocery store that I've ever been to, and that is probably because they were founded in Germany in 1946. If you don't know, World War II ended in 1945, and living in Germany right after World War II was straight up not a good time. A ton of Germany's cities and infrastructure had essentially been reduced to rubble during World War II, and the entire country was going through a humongous economic depression to the point that people were doing the whole stereotypical wheelbarrow full of money to buy a loaf of bread thing. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that the founders of Aldi, Carl and Theo Albrecht, are playing entrepreneur on hardcore mode. And obviously they did a good job at it because Aldi is a humongous chain of grocery stores today. So how on earth did these 2 brothers launch a successful chain of grocery stores in Germany in 1946? They kept it simple. They were goal-oriented. They wanted to make money, and they knew that not everybody had a lot of money to spare, so they needed to sell everything cheap. In order to do that, they said, we're not going to have 50 different flavors from 12 different companies of every type of product. We're just going to have one of every everything. Like, instead of having 15 different types of peanut butter, we just have one type of peanut butter. And that's how they got their products to be cheap, by focusing their buying power. Now, that's the simple part, but where the true genius comes out is that they realized that they weren't going to make a lot of money per customer, so they had to maximize the amount of customers that they had. In order for that to happen, they realized that they needed customers to get in, get their shit, and get out so that more customers could come in. So they German engineered this entire grocery store to streamline the entire shopping experience to make it as fast as humanly possible. And oh boy did that work, because in the first 10 years, they went from one grocery store to 300 grocery stores. Then the two brothers, Carl and Theo, got in a huge fight because one of the brothers wanted to have cigarettes in the grocery store and the other brother adamantly was opposed to it. So they decided that they were going to split their massive business completely in half. They were going to have Aldi's North and Aldi's South. They literally just drew a line across Germany, said all these grocery stores are mine, all the ones.
Drawing lines across Germany has happened a couple times. Notice that this is West Germany. East Germany is not depicted here. It's history, people.
Down there are yours. Yeah, capitalism and communism are splitting Germany east to west. Aldi's is splitting it north to south. But here's the thing, the brothers didn't have a falling out. They still worked together and they still wanted the other brother to succeed. So they were constantly sharing information with one another, and they would come together to make offers with manufacturers when they were buying so that they could utilize their buying power together. So you have Aldi's North and Aldi's South, basically the same thing. The only real difference is one sells cigarettes and they have a slightly different logo. Now, in America, due to trademark law, you can't have two grocery stores with the same exact name and a slightly different.
No way. So it's Aldi. So I'm looking at the logo that we see all the time is, hold on. Come on, damn it. So this is the logo here that we see here in Louisiana that I have at ours. So this is Aldi South. Is that the connection? Let me guess. Aldi North is Trader Joe's. Am I right?
Sell cigarettes and they have a slightly different logo. Now, in America, due to trademark law, you can't have two grocery stores with the same exact name and a slightly different logo. So in America, we have Aldi and then we have Trader Joe's. But really, it's all just Aldi, and they.
Is that the difference? Like, if I go to Aldi right now in Lafayette, you can't buy cigarettes, but if you go to Trader Joe's, you can, and that's the only difference between them? There's no way. Because I see people posting about Trader Joe's in Baton Rouge all the time, about how it has, like, it's like very boutique, like there's a lot of extra shit, like flowers and extra stuff everywhere. So everything he's talking about, this German engineered simplicity, I've seen a Trader Joe's, I've driven by one. It is extra everything. They're like polar opposites to what he's telling me. Is that right? It's not just cigarettes is the only difference in America. Trader Joe's is like, Trader Joe's is the pumpkin latte of grocery stores. You know who's there, you know why they're there, you know what they drive, and you know their name starts with a K. Shut up, I'm right. I always thought Trader Joe's was like a knockoff of like Whole Foods. See, I don't come here because, well, no, I do come here because he's funny. I came here because I'm learning shit. You know how crazy that makes me seem? Every time I pause, Nick's looks high. Why is that? It's like our episode of History Breaking Bad, and he's testing the product.
Kept to the principles of cheap and fast until modern day, which is something that no other grocery store in America has managed to do. Not only have they not managed to do it, they intentionally do the opposite. Pretty much every other grocery store on the planet has figured out that time equals money, and the more time you spend in their store is the more money they can get out of you. Okay, I know that you've been in one of these gigantic grocery stores, but I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you anyways, okay? You walk through the door, congratulations, you've just entered capitalism's obesity thunderdome, because everything in this room is pretty much designed to hurt you, more or less. The first thing you're going to notice is that you're there for milk. Well, congratulations.
The milk is all the way in the back wall. I do understand this. Grocery stores are designed, they place products in aisles. There's entire psychological studies done that teach you that for some reason you got to go to the back and get your dairy and eggs, which is weird because they're cold items, you would get them last. But everyone in their brain for some reason believes that you have to go get milk and eggs first. Also, they use the Disney principle. If you ever heard of the Disney World principle, it's where Disney knows that instinctively people go to the right when you treat them with a circle. So there's a circle in the middle of Disney World and Magic Kingdom, and you instinctively go to the right, which has Tomorrowland, which is the most sterile area. So in like Walmart, if you walk into a Walmart, the grocery section is normally on the left in the regular layout, and everything you didn't come for is to the right, but you instinctively go right. Everything they're trying to sell, like seasonal or bonus items or stuff that's discount that they're trying to move, it'll be on the right-hand side because you instinctively go to the right when you start. It's all psychological, man. Now that I've said that, he's gonna say exactly what I just said, but he's gonna say it better. I know, he does it every time. You know, it's almost like I shouldn't even try.
Fuck.
I know, right?
The milk is all the way across the store in the far back corner, and they stuck it there on purpose because they know you need it, and now you have to walk past every fucking aisle in the store to get to it. And pretty much every single aisle there is full of products where they have hired a psychologist to design boxes with pretty colors to trigger your lizard brain to being like, oh my god, I have to have it. They're trying to get you to buy as much shit as humanly possible on your way to get milk, bread, and eggs. And I know what you're thinking, all those fancy marketing tactics don't work on me. Maybe, but hear me out. Next time you're in there, just do some people watching. You're gonna notice that a portion of the population, their brain can't handle going to a modern grocery store. They turn into zombies. They're pushing their cart, veering side to side. They can't even keep it straight as their head's turning to look at all the different pretty colors.
Right?
There's people straight up just standing still at a wall of cereal like...
Exactly! Oh my god, it's like... Okay, I swear to god I've never seen this video. I haven't. He's high again. Shit. Dude, get off the smack. Stop testing the product. Here, let me help you out. That's better. Now you just look bewildered as fuck. No, seriously. Like, I've seen people like this. I am not that person. When I go to the grocery store, whether it be anything, a Sam's, Walmart, Albertsons, we have Albertsons here, H-E-B if you're in Texas, Kroger if you're in Texas, wherever you're at, okay? Food Lion up in the north. But whenever you go, I have a list. And I go find those items and I'm just hauling ass. Because if I stay there too long, I'll spend too much money and I get in trouble. We know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so I go by a list. So when I see the people doing that, and they're in front of the things that I need, and they're trying to figure out which one of the 37 they want, but I already know I want bacon grits because the cheese grits is bullshit, and I want bacon grits. I'm going, excuse me, can I get the bacon grits? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the 47 types of oatmeal and grits. And I'm like, you're fine, go ahead. But that's exactly what they look like. Bitches.
As their brain desperately tries to calculate and process all this information regarding what type of Cheerios they need. There's people standing there with 2 different types of ranch in each hand, probably made from the same exact factory with the same exact ingredients,
right?
But they have different labels on them from different companies, and they don't know which one is gonna be better for them. It's like the Island of the Lotus Eaters from Greek mythology. They go there for one thing, and then they're stuck there for all of eternity. It's literally purgatory. This is why every other grocery store in America isn't just a grocery store. They also have a coffee shop, and a little restaurant, and a florist, and a pharmacy and a bank where you can cash your check. They're trying to get any excuse to get you to come into their store for a second because they know once you set foot in there, you're going to be in there for at least an hour and a half trying to figure out what type of products you need. And if that doesn't convince you that they're trying to trap you in there, checking out in a grocery store today will, okay? The first thing you're going to notice with your cart full of groceries, there's
more
30
shit.
different lanes. One of them is open and it's the one furthest away from the door. So obviously you're going to have to spend some time waiting in line because there's only one checkout register open and it moves slower than the DMV in Zootopia. And while you're waiting, you probably couldn't help but notice that there is a mountain of candy on either side of you as they desperately try to make that one last sale. But you avoid temptation and it is now your turn. You're up next. You are getting checked out at the grocery store. You're almost out of here. And that's when you realize that this has now turned into an interrogation. Okay, they're gonna open up by taunting you. They're gonna say something along the lines of, did you find everything you were looking for today, sir? They know you found everything you were looking for because you just stood in line that says, I found all the shit I needed. But they're gonna go ahead and rub it in your face because they knew it took you forever to figure out which flavor of ranch that you wanted. And just for the record, when I say they're taunting you, I'm not talking about the cashier themselves. They're just doing their job. They're doing what they were told to do. The CEO of the company, on the other hand, is laughing his ass off at you. I was a cashier at a grocery store for 5 years, and in 5 years, 0 people said...
My first job was a bag boy, and a cart return specialist in 1990. Yeah, remind me to tell you the story about that shit. That was fun.
They didn't find everything they were looking for. Okay, that entire question is just to fuck with you. But this is a portion where they're going to start playing hardball. They want to harvest as much information as possible.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like, oh, did you have...
Never sign up for the reward program. Don't sign up for that. If you sign up for it, everything you purchase is categorized. They track your email. They know what you bought. And then they can sell that information to fill your Instagram. Not that your phone's not listening to you. Like right now, my Instagram is listening to me going, hey, Instagram, thick chicks, thick thighs, and big boobs. I guarantee you there's going to be enough porn on this in like 2 hours that I won't even be able to avoid. And all of it I'm going to enjoy. Okay, let's move on.
Have our fucking little super duper saver card where you spend $800 in groceries and we give you like 12 cents off of a gallon of gas. And you're going to be like, no, I don't. Oh, did you want one? No, I don't. Because I know for a fact that as soon as I give you my name, my email address, my address, and my phone number, you're going to turn around and sell it to a data broker. And then I'm going to have robots calling my phone for the next 10 fucking years because that's exactly why they asked for that information, so they can turn around and sell it. Because there's
only one thing worse than being interrogated. Being bamboozled. Y'all are all being bamboozled all the time.
A total of 0 gigantic superstores that are giving away shit for free, okay? Nothing is ever free. If it's free, it's because you're the product. And then because you had the audacity to tell them no, they're going to shame more money out of you. They're going to hit you with the old, did you want to round your total up today for puppies with maggots in their eyes? Really? You're gonna hit me with that with a full line of people behind me? For real? Every time we get all the maggots out of a puppy's eyes, we donate it to an orphanage so they have some type of family. Also, by the way, fuck, fine, okay, I'll take the money, whatever. Just give me my groceries, I have to go. Okay, so that's your average grocery store. But Aldi's, on the other hand, is a goddamn masterpiece, okay? Can German engineering win a world war? Absolutely not, but holy fuck can it build a grocery store, because immediately upon approaching Aldi's, you're gonna be like, oh, all the carts are outside. That's fine, I'm gonna go grab one. And as you're walking towards the carts, you see the enormous "We're hiring" banner across the front of the store, and it says that they pay all their employees anywhere between $18.50 and $25 an hour starting rate. So now you're already kind of...
It's like fucking... That's some beaver money right there, baby. That's some Buc-ee's does that. They post how much better their guy that chops the brisket is making than you, and you have 2 college degrees and 30 years of cybersecurity experience. Fresh brisket!
Feeling good because, hey, this company takes care of their employees. Then you get to the shopping carts and you're like, oh shit, you actually have to take...
They have those? Oh my God. Okay, since you've gone there, now I have to pop in, okay? I said I'm not gonna make this long, but I'm gonna try to make this as quick as I can. My first job was at a place called the Real Superstore, 1989 in Lafayette, Louisiana. The Superstore was in 1989. That means it was 5 years before the first Walmart Supercenter was ever opened in the world. This place was a Walmart Supercenter, but it was an independent grocery store out of New Orleans. And they had everything. It was like a supercenter. It wasn't just a grocery store, it was a Walmart on the other side, but it was all their own. They had cookware, they had book bags, they had clothes, they had seasonal, drugs, movies, you name it, they had it there. It was like everything that a super Walmart is, but this was before super Walmarts. In fact, I'm pretty sure Walmart saw what the Superstore did in South Louisiana and said, that's the next move, run those guys out of business. And they did. But one thing that they did have that Walmart never picked up on was that quarter returnable locking carts. I was making $5.10 an hour at minimum wage when I first started my first job there. But the little old ladies and the women with the kids and the people that were too lazy to put their carts back, they would hand to me and say, you can keep the quarter. You know how many carts I could return in an hour? $37 an hour worth. I was rolling carts, man. There was one Christmas Eve in 1990. It was 27 degrees outside and misting, and everyone was trying to get their last minute Christmas items because the Superstore stayed open after everyone else did on Christmas Eve. And I was the only bag boy rolling carts back. I made $137 on Christmas Eve. That is the greatest thing ever. Unless you don't have a quarter, then you're kind of screwed. Okay, that was it. Let's keep going.
take a quarter, stick it into this little slot, and unlock it from all the other carts. And at first you're like, oh, that's a really clever idea, because now people are gonna put their own carts back so they can keep their quarter. That way they're gonna save a bunch of money on labor by not having to have somebody go drag carts in from the parking lot all day long. And that's true, that is part of it. But the other part that you're not thinking about, this is actually an IQ test, you see, because if you're not fucking smart enough to remember to bring a quarter, guess what? You can't really shop here. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'm telling you right now, it's a huge deal, because as soon as you step into Aldi's, you're gonna notice a distinct lack of motherfuckers in the way. Everybody in there is there to get their shit and get out because they have stuff to do. Speaking of which, as soon as you walk into the store, there's no like grand opening area where you get to like walk down all the other aisles and like
really like all the seasonal and bonus.
You walk in, you're in aisle 1. You have to turn left. There's only one way to go. Now all of the traffic is going the same fucking direction. It's engineered to perfection. You walk in the door, you go down aisle 1, you go down aisle 2, you go down aisle 3, you go down aisle 4, and then there's checkout, because there's only 4 aisles in Aldi's. It's perfect. Aldi's is 1/4 the size of your average grocery store, and it only stocks about 1,600 items, and your average grocery store stocks over 30,000 items. And at first you're like, well, that doesn't sound very good, but no, it's actually perfect, because guess what? You need Cheerios? They've got Cheerios, but it's only one type of Cheerios. You don't have people standing in the middle of the aisle, clogging up traffic, taking forever. Grab your Cheerios and keep it moving. Buh! Generic brands never taste as good as a name brand. Buh! I mean, sometimes, sure, but like 90% of the time, it's the same exact product made in the same factory, and it just has a different box, and Aldi knows that, and they went out of their way to prove it. And
okay, everything he's saying, I want to believe. And for the first time ever, I've paused the video and Nick doesn't look high. He's just taking a nap. And that's okay. Nick, you can take a nap now. It's my turn. I have no idea if what he's saying is true. This sounds way too good to be true. And I'm here filming this video, so I can't leave the chair. And I'm live on Twitch with all of you. By the way, I am live on Twitch Wednesday night. It is October the 1st. It is 7:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm live on Twitch. There's people in the chat right now watching me be an asshole and an idiot for their pleasure, and I'm really good at it. But so I can't check everything he's saying. Luckily for me, I have a buddy. Well, I don't know if you call him a buddy, but I have a fact checker, or maybe. I think that's what he's called. His name is Purvis. His last name is Pump Handle. He's from Gun Barrel City, Texas. He's here to check to make sure if Nick is blowing smoke up our ass. Purvis, fact check this motherfucker.
All right, man. It's Purvis Pump Handle. I'm on assignment. Oldskulenerd told me he wanted me to check this place out. It's called Aldi. Okay. Aldi sounds like what a dairy farmer screams at the field in Wisconsin when he's trying to get the biggest heifer in to get some milk done. Aldi? That's what it looks like to me.
Holy fuck.
It also looks like a drugstore for people that buy pumpkin spice lattes. All right? I'm gonna go inside and see what all this is about. He's giving me a list of things to look for. I don't know. We'll see what's talking. I mean, the list sounds ridiculous, but we're gonna go find out what's real and what's not. Let's fact check. I'm here. I'm doing some fact checking. It's fat, or did he say fat chicken? I don't know. Do they sell fat chickens?
Oh dear God.
Let's go find out. All right, so it is a fact. They do keep shopping carts in shopping cart jail. It's a process where they take quarters and they want you to put the quarter in. It's not the first time I've seen this, actually. I've seen this in some other things. When I was a kid, there was a store that had this way before now. So this is not new technology. This is actually an old idea. They're just doing it like this, and that's something. So shopping cart.
Why did I let him leave the house?
Probation for shopping carts. I mean, you know. All right. Number one, it's small. It's small, man. It's tiny. It almost looks like it would be like the produce section where you buy your vegetables in a Walmart, and that's it. The whole store is roughly the size of a Walmart produce section. Also, on shelves, they don't put just products out. They put them in boxes.
So it's like Sam's, but it's the same size as everything else. Also, it is confirmed, if you want cheese puffs, you're getting D's Nuts cheese puffs. I don't think that's called D's Nuts. I think it's Debbie Utz. There's only one cheese puff. There's not like 6 different cheese puffs to pick from. You can only get one. Also, a lot of empty shells, man. Like a lot of empty stuff. I swear, the chicken section for poultry, the whole poultry, so every type of chicken you'd want, it's only one type from one place. It's the one with the yellow pack. And the section that would just be chicken wings only in like a Walmart, it's the whole chicken. It's weird, man. Like, they have some stuff that you could find like at a Sam's or something, but it's called something different. Like, you know, like all of their cheese, like they have a cheese that looks exactly like the cheese at like a Walmart or a Kmart or a Target or something, but the name is different. The packaging is the same, but the name is different. Like, instead of like Betty Crocker, they'll have Millville. They have Millville everything. So instead of like Quaker Instant Oats, they have Millville Instant Oats. It's like they have their own brand, but you can tell by the boxes it's exactly the same thing from the exact same places, but they have their own name, so you don't pay the brand name price. It's really odd, man. You know what it reminds me of? Whenever I went, when I go overseas to like Europe and stuff, it reminds me of a European place because it's like very, very simple. There's no wasted space, man. It's like half aisles. I mean, the frozen food section isn't like 3 aisles, it's like a half aisle. It's crazy, man. All right, so I'm leaving the Aldi. I want to say that there's a couple things.
Don't help.
Nobody's talking in there. Nobody's on their phones. Everybody's
So he's
really
right.
quiet. Everybody's moving quickly. Nobody's stuck looking at like, okay, I need, like I said, you know, if you need cheese puffs, you know, you don't have to stand there and decide which one of the 5 cheese puffs you want. There's only one. So if you need cheese puffs, you just get your damn cheese puffs and you leave. The other thing I noticed is small, man. It's tiny. It's quick. It's tiny. It's roughly, for those who don't know, the whole store is roughly about the size of a Buc-ee's kayak, Yeti cooler, smoker section.
Oh dear God.
It's like, it's not even a whole Buc-ee's. It's like a 1/10 of a Buc-ee's. That's how big it is. Also, the bags. You got to bag your stuff yourself, and they have paper, and then they have paper. No, it's not paper or plastic. It's paper and paper, and you can buy a bag, like a plastic bag, but it's not like cheap plastic. It's like got like the webbing in it, and you could buy that. It's kind of like like an IKEA bag, but it ain't blue.
Okay.
And you can reuse that, I guess. You can bring it back in there with you. I mean, I get it, man. If you're trying to like cook, like chop on a budget because you got like 47 kids, but you don't want to deal with people. I think the number one pull for an Aldi, honestly, the number one thing, the reason why I would go back to an Aldi is number one, nobody is causing any nonsense. Like, if you need to get in and get out, this is your spot, because man, you go to like a Walmart or like an HEB. I love me an HEB, man. I'm an HEB guy, right? Texas all the way. Man, you get into a Kroger or an HEB out in Texas, man, you get lost in that sumbitch. In here, you can always get out quick, man. I think that might be the thing, man. Because if you can only get one of anything, you don't have to take all day. Might be my thing, man. You can ask my wife, man. When it comes to getting in and getting out, nobody's faster than, okay, you know what? That didn't sound good at all. Let's not go with that. Getting in and get it out in one shot, that doesn't sound good on me. Man, we're not going to do that. Let's get back to you, old school nerd. Dipshit.
Well, I guess I kind of asked for that, didn't I?
Purvis pump handle, everybody. On scene reporting and fat chicken. Wow. Wow. Maybe I should just put my face on shit again, because that was... No? Okay.
To prove it, they went to the biggest brand snobs on the planet, wine people. You know, the same people that can apparently waft or taste a wine and be able to tell how wet or how dry it was the year that those grapes were harvested. Yeah, Aldi enters wine competitions and wins all the time with their $5 bottle of wine. So now it's time to check out. You get to the checkout lane, everything looks completely normal. It's like every other checkout lane in every other grocery store that you've ever been to, except for it's not. This is not your normal cashier. This is like the NASCAR pit crew of cashiers. This is the fastest person at ringing out groceries you've ever met in your entire life. He's gonna get to your groceries on the little conveyor belt. He's gonna acknowledge that you exist, like, how's it going? And then you're gonna say good, and then you're gonna look down and all your groceries are already back in your cart. And that's when you're gonna be like, oh shit, what is happening right now? And you're gonna realize that he's not standing up like every other grocery store on the planet. He's sitting down in a chair, and you're gonna be like, that's kind of cool. And then in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, why did the grocery store that I worked at for 5 years all through high school make me stand up for absolutely no reason? Hi V, give me an answer. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say because sitting down doesn't look professional, okay? Listen to me, that's fucking dumb. Just because you're making money and working doesn't mean you need to be physically uncomfortable for no fucking reason, okay? Then you're gonna look over at your groceries and you're gonna be like, oh shit, every single box or every single product has like 5 barcodes on it. That way the cashier doesn't have to search around for a barcode. He can just kind of shit whip it across the laser and it's gonna catch it every time. That's how he managed to ring your groceries up at the speed of light. And then the cashier is gonna give you your total and it's literally like half of what you were expecting it was gonna be, because apparently the front door at Aldi's is a magical portal that takes you into the past where groceries used to be cheap. So then you grab your cart full of groceries, walk off to the side, there's a huge counter with a bunch of boxes. You put your groceries in the boxes, put them in your cart, take that shit out to your car, and you're done. You went through the entire store, you went through every aisle, and got through checkout in literally less than 10 minutes. It's amazing. So yeah, that's Aldi's entire MO. Be fast and be cheap, and it works out amazing. They're the only grocery store in the country that I'm aware of that is just trying to be a grocery store. What do? They sell groceries. They don't have a pharmacist. They don't have a florist. They don't have a bank where you can cash your check. They don't even have a customer service counter, and you can't call them. They don't take phone calls from the public. You can go on their website and they straight up tell you, yeah, we don't take phone calls from the public because our employees' time is too valuable because they're busy selling groceries. And a lot of people probably think that that's horrible customer service, and maybe they're right, but what you're not considering is a lot of people don't always want good customer service, okay? Me, personally, I don't want to be Nick. I don't want to be an individual that needs to be treated special when I'm in the grocery store. I just want to be treated like a number. I want to get through this process as fast as humanly possible so I can get back to doing stuff that I actually care about, and I think a lot of other people feel the exact same way. And I know that because Aldi has been the fastest growing grocery store in the country for years now, and according to the Food Institute, they are ranked the #1 grocery store.
And #2 is Trader Joe's. Holy crap!
According to consumers. And you want to know who's #2? Trader Joe's, which is also Aldi. They are at first and second place. They are quite literally just competing with themselves to be #1, and I'm pretty sure it's because they're the only ones that are just trying to be a grocery store. As it turns out, when you only care about doing one thing, you end up being pretty good at it. And I think that's the big takeaway from this case study. Aldi's key to success is they figured out the one thing they wanted to do, then they figure out how to do it fast, cheap, and still deliver a good product, and everything else just works out. Meanwhile, all the other grocery stores were too worried about competing with Walmart, and now they're not even really grocery stores anymore. They're just Walmart knockoffs that don't sell video games. So in conclusion, that's how Aldi became the last true grocery store. If you have a company that you want me to talk about next, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out.
All right, he's got some more. He's got, like I said, he's got some new merch for Thanksgiving. I think there's a turkey with an assault rifle or possibly an RPG. I wasn't really sure. It was pretty cool. The gobbledygooker on that bad boy. And he's got a gobble quack duck shirt he got out for Thanksgiving too. So check those out on his channel. I have all of his information description below. There you go. There's Nick talking about some Aldi. Looking like a boss, doing it right. Look, and best part about it is, everybody, I don't know if you guys checked below. We got this crap done in less than 35 minutes. Some kind of damn record. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this smoke ball together. We'll see you later.